Dead Rising is a game that requires a lot of skill and time management to survive. Now, one of the core things that keeps you from getting your sweet succulent cheek eaten by a bunch of zombies is the ability to level up with PP. Leveling up gives you its skill moves, the ability to hit harder than a toddler, moving faster than an autistic cripple, and giving you the throwing arm of a baseball player with hard strength. Throughout my almost 10 years of playing Dead Rising, there has always been a question lingering in the back of my mentally ill mind. Can you beat Dead Rising level 1? While it has technically been done before, it was done by a professional at Dead Rising 1, not your average everyday artist. I'm also doing some special rules which I will get to in a little bit. The first thing I want to say is that this would not have been possible without the Watchdog trailer made by Stippo, which will be linked in the description in case you want to try the CB key of the challenge too. Okay, now on to the rules of the challenge. Number 1, I must keep the level 1 sheet on at all times. It's in the title of the video, what do you expect? Okay, number 2, all psychos must die, or else I'll fail, I don't know. Number 3, I must get the best ending. Yeah, I wouldn't be beating the game if I didn't. Numero 4, no small chainsaw, as it's basically the easy mode of the game if you pick it up, and it's kind of me defeating the purpose of a challenge. Anyways, that's enough intro, let's get into case 1 of the challenge. We start the game on a shop manned by some guy I don't know, carrying Frank West, who has recently discovered he is incapable of going to PP. In his blind fury, he has decided to head to some mall named Willamette to slaughter random people he finds for money to fix his PP issues. I skipped the photo taking section as picture taking will be completely worthless except for 2 specific times in the game, and also for fun if I wanna. Unfortunately, this also skips my meeting with some random Mexican dude, and I completely ignore him as I enter the door to the safe room. I immediately lose focus as to why I'm here, and as I put on some new clothes. I snap out of my trance and make it to the mall. However, I quickly realize there is something wrong, as I see we have a bigger zombie problem than the fat asshole with a camera coming to kill everyone. I make haste to acquaint myself with the surviving residents of Willamette. However, I'm not strong enough to rescue everyone, as the granny goes off on a murderous rampage to not find her dog. The ensuing chaos causes the barricade to be destroyed, releasing a torrent of walking corpses to feast on bleh. I grab a shotgun from a corpse as I run out of the mall to find refuge in the safe room. There I find Otis, who gives me a map and a phone which he will constantly annoy me with. I exit the safe house via a vent and find the first member of the team, Jeff, who suspiciously looks like one of my old gym teachers, yeah. I even find his wife and my second teammate, Natalie, who is by far the most worthless teammate besides the crippled ones. I hand Jeff the shotgun I picked up and we head off on our merry way. I get a call from Otis and go to retrieve American Torso. Jeff has the audacity to shoot me after I throw an entire mannequin at his wife. Telekinetically sense someone behind me, so I grab a fire extinguisher to defend myself. I swing wildly at the threat, and find only a woman with big old titties who hands me her gun after the look convincing. I immediately hand the gun to the worthless old granny who was in my squad. After that, we enter the mall and I'm finally able to complete myself after all these years. I then tell the two ancient beings to wait on the other side of the mall, as I find a well-hidden Uzi. I grab some OJ before heading on my way. Throughout the run, I'll attempt to have my inventory consist of a weapon for crowd control, a weapon for psychos, a ranged weapon, and a healing item. I guide my squad through the park, and am able to make it through with minimal effort. I enter the food court only to be shot at for being a man wearing a big yellow head. I also find a man named Brad who is locked in a gunfight with the same man who's shooting at us. Brad instructs me to kill Carly.
Fire! Come on!
Baby, I've getting like 85 bullets shot into him. With the threat dealt with, I am able to make a deal with Brad. He gets an old man, and I get a ton of money to fix my PP issues. After that's settled, I drop my Uzis and make a quick step. The quick step will be the only way besides vehicles and skateboards that I'll be able to move faster than a snail. I grab another Uzi this chef was guarding and head on my way. Natalie begins having a stupid doo-doo panic attack and is left behind due to being absolutely worthless. And we now only have Jeff. Brad, and I make it to where I told Brad the old man was. However, is unable to take him as he has barricaded himself in with a bunch of hentai. I don't even know how a man who is like 77 years old can still get hard, let alone bust. Brad heads back to the safe house to have sex with Otis. I don't care. While Jeff has a mental breakdown due to his wife being left behind, I find a new teammate. Bill was somehow trapped behind boxes filled with mash that were like half a pound and also a bunch of apples. I hand him an Uzi and we go back to our magical quest. I record Jeff having this episode and yell at them to follow me. I take them both to eat at a hamburger place with no hamburgers and heal them the fool. They're gonna need it for the first real boss battle of this run. I get down to 1 block of health, but am thankfully able to find the Cookie Monster's secret stash and heal the almost full. I make it to the location of the first real boss and yell at the two retards to run headfirst into a giant horde of zombies. I leave them there and take a fat piss in case anything goes horribly wrong, which is very possible due to this being one of the worst fights in the entire series. I'm able to get back to my Sprouts and open the door to find Cletus, who is currently arguing with someone I can only assume to be an experiment to see if someone can function without a brain. He shows that the experiment was a failure as he replaces his guts with bugs.
This should help.
Thanks, pal.
Whoa! Give me strength. Whoa!
Oh, man, it fillers.
Gotcha!
And instantly had his neck suit on by the man he shot. I load my pockets with 2 snipers and 2 shotguns each. The snipers are for the second real boss of the game, and the shotguns are for the survivors I might find. After loading my pants with guns, I rush back to Paradise Plaza, as I really need to complete this quest that's about to run out to unlock a psychopath man. With that, I head back to the safe house to find Brad and Jesse talking about how they're gonna get out of there. Jesse offers to help test if the surgery to get my pee-pee back in working order works, and I offer my shopper to come pick us up. I believe we have come to an agreement, as Brad goes back into the mall to find supplies or something. For the start of day 2, I decide I need new shoes before heading out to fight the first 3, well, I want to say psychopaths, but really they're more of nuisances. I walk out only to be immediately attacked by 3 fellas wearing orange in a car. They then decide the guy's bald head is much more hittable than my yellow one. I use my ultimate move, triggering a cutscene that teleports them across the map. That would be the cutscene to introduce night zombies, which are far more aggressive and have slightly more health and attack power than regular ones. I'm unable to find them for a while, as they hide from me within the many trees. I'm finally able to find them and put the sniper I stole from Cletus to good use. After the last one falls to my sick aiming skills, I decide to take a joyride in their cool car whilst waiting for Otis to call me about the next psycho fight. I then remember there was an item hidden in the tunnels that might be extremely useful for a later case down the line. I plunge into the tunnels and find a key that allows me to unlock all the doors in the mall that lead to the tunnels. Have some more fun in my new car and rip off the turret as I get out of there. I take my new weapon and head over to the other missions. However, I have plans other than enslaving them. I make it to the first mission and immediately just shoot her in the head, I guess, with the turret. If there are any other survivors who are unable to wield weapons, I'll just take care of them to free up one of the mission slots. I then shoot the 2 butt buddies barricaded in the store right in front of where the woman is and steal their cookies and milk. I do this as there's a hard 8 survivor cap in the game. And other missions won't trigger if missions where you can save other survivors are available. I get a call about the amusement ride in Wonderland Plaza going bananas. So I book it there because I know there will be some crack there. I make it there and find only a clown who informs me if I try to stop the ride, he's gonna slice me in half with the 2 chainsaws he's carrying. I get out of there before remembering I have a big old chain gun in my inventory. I use it to blast at him in the face, causing massive damage. This fight's really easy, as all it takes to kill him is to simply shoot him when he has a balloon out, or when he shoots fire out. There is, however, a glitch in the remasters that makes an attack that only did like 2 blocks of damage in the original just instantly kill you. I shoot the clown for the last time and watch as he falls down onto his chainsaws. I hope that seeing that explains why I am unable to stay awake for 3 whole days without any sleep. Anyways, I stopped to ride and find Greg, who informed me of a shortcut that will take us to Paradise Plaza. This is great, as it will save me a lot of time in the... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I contemplate just reloading the save, but realize I'll have to fight the convicts again and decide against it. Hopefully this decision doesn't come back to bite me later down the line. I get another call from Otis informing me of some Japanese tourists who need my help. I head over there, and I find the 2 teammates that I need, and grab a magazine so I can actually recruit them, and hand both of them the shotguns I had in my back pocket. We make our way over to where Otis told me another person needed help. However, I find my 2 new teammates are absolutely worthless as they die instantly to a small crowd of zombies. I take back the shotguns as I deem them unworthy of wielding such a legendary item, and go to hell. The new dude who is hogging the slot at my 8 survival limit. I grab a sword and sneak up on the dude. I get my shotgun ready and blast him from behind. However, it seems that killing the dude from behind without triggering the mission has bugged it in some way. The dude is dead, however the mission does not fail, and it's still in the list. Whatever. There are not any psycho missions that might not trigger right now, so it doesn't really matter. I make my way out to the park again. What? Convicts are not supposed to be back so soon. The convicts are supposed to respawn in like every day. So I don't know what happened to cause this. Maybe because I ran over Sophie with their vehicle or something. However, this might be a blessing in disguise, as I can now get another torch for the upcoming Psycho fight. Once again, I kill time by ramming into things before it is time to head back to the security safe house. I make it back there and try to steal a can of soda from Rad's super secret cool cardboard box, but he finds me out and takes his soda back. Now I have to make do with all the disgusting low-detail food in the security room. I noticed Jessie perk up at something at the monitors and see it is the same Mexican dude who was shooting at me and Brad, taking the old man to have violent, weird sex with him. Brad gets angry at seeing the old man's wrinkly booty again taken by another and rushes out. Jessie informs me that the Mexican dude's name is Carlito, and I get just as furious as I remember getting scammed by a man with the same name who gave me a game console with 500 games on it. It was all bubble bobble. Only bubble bobble. I charge in the entrance plaza to take my revenge on Carlito, but Brad knocks me down as a sniper shot rings out. Me and Brad are pinned down as Carlito takes pot shots at us. Deja vu. I noticed the old man hanging from the ceiling, for some weird kinky stuff Carlito had in mind. I rushed into action and charged at Carlito before shooting at him with my turret. However, after our last battle, it seems he has gained resistance to bullets. I inched my way close to Carlito, filling my pampers every time my giant head is visible to him. I'm able to break his resistance and fill his guts once again with my bullets. He runs away, but not before leaving Brad a nice little gift in his leg. Using my magical cutscene powers once again teleports me, Brad, and the old man to the safe house. I throw the old man into the closet as Jesse superglues Brad's injury shut. Jesse realizes that maybe putting superglue onto a gunshot wound was not a great plan, as she instructs me to go get medicine for Brad. I make a beeline for the grocery store as I realized I could take anything I wanted for free, baby. However, when I try to steal some medicine and some milk, the manager of the store sees right through my plan and tries to stop me. However, he definitely did not realize I had a giant turret I was lugging around and is promptly punished for his lack of sight. He laments the fact he could not stop me from robbing his store before dying. I run into the medicine department and grab everything that looks like it can be sold for a high price. I sprint off back to the safe house after grabbing another sword. I make it there and give Jesse some drugs to heal Brad. I begin the day by taking some shots of Jessie and her massive melons. I need to take a picture that's worth 700 PB to show Kent, who I completely forgot to even mention. Basically, he was so impressed by my super ultra photo taking skills that he asked me to give him an extremely sexy photo. I get the photo for Kent as well as a few from my own personal collection, and head on to fight a psycho I got a call about. I grab a skateboard and head towards where Otis told me the next target is. I make it there and go to the gun shop to grab a sniper for the fight. I enter the store and find some weird art piece some dude made, I don't know. The dude reveals himself and confuses me for Viet Cong. Shouldn't have worn the yellow head. I begin the fight by slamming some mannequin tits on him. He tries to escape, but I shoot him with my sniper. I try the mannequin attack again, but I whiff like a fool and Cliff stabs me in the back before rushing away into one of his holes. I'm able to spot him on the shelves of the store and shoot him with my sniper, ending the battle. As I'm walking away, Cliff reveals he lost it after he witnessed his granddaughter being eaten by zombies. I close his eyes, finally putting this warrior to rest before taking his wallet to buy McDonald's with. I open a door and find 3 people who are scared shitless as I slowly walk towards them with a bloody machete. I laugh and tell them they've been pranked as I throw a magazine at them. The machete might be the best weapon in the game. It does a good amount of damage to psychos and can clear out zombies quickly. It'll be my zombie and psycho killer for most of the game. I grab a magazine to triple the machete's durability and head to the safe room. Jessie gets concerned as she notices blood on me. I tell her it's alright as the blood is most definitely not mine. The old man in the closet jolts up from fear after hearing this and Jessie goes in to interrogate me. I head out as the deadline for Kent's request for some sexy pics is fast approaching. I get a call about some large person eating all the food in the mall and grab a sledgehammer to eliminate the menace. When I walk out, I find 2 women screaming as like 1,000 zombies surround them. I leave them to their fate as I head towards where the beast beckons. I barely let this monster get a word out as I bash his brains in with my sledgehammer. There is no room for traitors in my safe house. Anyways, I wait around for Kent to show his sorry ass to prove that I can take sexy photos of women better than he can. He approaches me and I show him the photo of Jessica and her massive knockers, causing him to violently scream in his scream. Ken tells me we are going to have a showdown at noon tomorrow as he shuffles away, every step now making a squishy noise in his pants. Otis lets me know there's a fat old cop who has a bunch of babes locked in a clothing shop. This mission is unique in that the longer you wait to complete it, the less survivors there are alive to save. I book it there and find the fat cop tormenting her hostages. I tell the babes I'm mine, and this enrages her, starting the fight. I start the battle by cutting her up with my machete, only to take a skull-crushing blow to the cranium. I make a strategic retreat as I drink the mysterious red liquid in my pants. This fight is more about making sure the survivors die and less about the actual fight. However, she still gets me to 1 block of health. This causes me to resort to my sniper, which ends the fight after I shoot the gun right out of her hand. This display of skill makes her violently convulse on the ground. She uses all the liquid in her body from seeing by epic skills and dies on the ground as I do a sick victory pose. These are going to be some of the only survivors I save. Why? Well, you can use your imagination for that. I escort the women and leave Kay to die as she keeps stopping to try and fight random zombies and waste my time. Which, if you look at the next when the next main case starts, there's not a lot of time to get it done. I head towards the safe house and find a bunch of cultists who are about to sacrifice a woman. The cultists would be an extremely easy enemy to face. If it weren't for the fact they have magic sleeping dust which can instantly knock me out and lose me a bunch of time. I leave the woman to get sacrificed as I lead the 2 surviving women to the safe house. When I make it there, I find a smoking hot Latina riding a sweet old motorcycle. I head over to where the Mexican chick was riding a motorcycle and grab a sniper rifle in case my flirting goes poorly. You laugh now, but the last time I tried flirting with a woman, it ended with 12 dead, a pirated copy of Space Jam, and a burning house. I find the Mexican woman, and before I even say anything, she gets on a motorcycle and tries to kill me. Just like last time. I take a less drastic approach than last time and shoot her with my sniper rifle. This fight is always a massive pain in the ass, as almost no melee weapons can hit her and she moves extremely fast. Despite this, I am able to win with a few well-placed machete swipes and a sniper shot. I tell her to wait as she kicks me right in the dick. Unfortunately for her, this only invigorates me, and I pounce on her and scream directly in her face. Roar! She asked if I'm a reporter, and I tell her yes, despite only taking like 4 pictures throughout the whole game. She informs me that Carlito unleashed the zombies to send a message to America. I asked her what the message is, but she sets up a date where she will bring her brother, so we can have a nice and peaceful chat as Carlito tries to recover from me punching him right in the throat. I make it back to the security room and find Jesse and Brad interrogating the old man. Yep. Oh, bad. Alrighty then, after that I have a lot of time to do whatever I want. What will I do? Well, I got a few ideas. happened. I just sort of blacked out. Where am I? And, alright, Isabella and I had a date. Where did I get this sniper rifle? I don't remember going to the gun shop. My eyes are covered in, like, blood or something. My attention is then interrupted by Isabella bursting through the door, followed by a zombie. I save Isabella and notice she's been shot. I ask her what happened and she tells me Carlito shot her after she told him about our date. She collapses and I pick her up to carry her to the security room. Carlito's voice rings out and screams disgusting remarks about people with funny yellow heads and how Isabella should be ashamed for ever going on a date with one. I ignore his ramblings and successfully make to the safe room with Isabella in tow. Brand and Jessie are shocked to see my fat bulge and the woman with a gunshot wound and blood on her. I put her on the bed for her to recover and head out to fight the cult leader who sacrificed that one woman I ignored. I grab an Uzi for later use and gun it for the movie theater. I don't take any healing items as the leader is extremely aggressive and I won't get the chance to heal in the fight. I see a wall of cultists and put the Uzi I grabbed to good use as I clear them out. I find the leader worshipping some strange sex doll or something and forcing random people he captured to watch. He notices me and immediately rushes me with a sword. I shoot him with the remaining ammo from the Uzi and then resort to the sniper rifle. He gets a lot of swipes on me and eventually slices me clean in half. Not getting the speed boost from leveling up really hurts in this fight, as he can easily outrun me with a superior speed. I switch to the mouse and keyboard as I can aim much faster than on controller. I once again unload my Uzi into him, but he sneaks a hit on me when I am in the weapon breaking animation. I once again run away whilst getting sniper shots in and whittling his health down slowly. I run out of ammo and resort to throwing my machete. However, this ultimately proves to me my downfall, as when I try to recover it, he corners me and slices me in half once again. I come back but die yet again. I decide that the damage from the Uzi is not worth it and decide the best plan is to cut him up with my machete when I still have health left to spare, and then get the rest of his health with sniper shots. This plan works as I am able to finally kill him with the final sniper shot. He tries to get help from the sex doll, however it is unimpressed and falls over into his eye. I get zoned by like 50 cultists. I try to shoot him with my remaining Uzi shots, however one of them sneaks up on me with a bomb and blows me to high hell. Great. I do the same strat, however die like 3 more times before I'm able to get a good run in. This time I'm able to take care of all the cultists without them blowing me up. Find a ship locked in the closet and rescue her. You can also use your imagination for why I'm saving her. I'm able to take her back to the security room with minimal hiccups and find Isabella has awakened. She tells you it's about research for a drug made efficient and enhance people's PPs. However, there was something else in the drug that turned them into mindless zombies. As she informs us of this, we see the old man burst through the door and stride against Jesse's chest. I explode with anger and kick the old man away. The old man reveals he isn't infected with the virus. This must be how he can still get hard and crank at the hentai despite being like 75 years old. I watch as he convulses on the ground before finally completely turning. Isabella tells us her hometown was destroyed by the many people who took the drug, and Carlito wanted Americans to feel the pain he felt. The worst part? This plan isn't even over yet. I arrive at the gun shop to pick up the daily groceries of shotguns and snipers. However, find 3 fellas hogging all the guns to themselves. Alright, time to negotiate. Salute. After shooting me like 27 times, the 3 realize I must be from another world and beg me not to kill them. I tell them to follow me, however they tell me the only way they're going is if I have a picture of an air duct. I give them a random picture of an air duct and they follow me. Why am I saving these people? Because it's better than me sitting around in the safe room with my thumb up my ass. On our way to the safe house, 2 of the fellas die from getting eaten by 2 zombies. The only reason the lady survived is because she was too busy crying in the corner and fell behind of the other 2. I escort this woman to the security room as she swoons over me for my heroism. After that, I haul my behind over to where Otis told me a scrawny dude with long hair and glasses is. I take Isabella's motorcycle and park it in front of the only exit of the store to stop him from escaping my wrath. I find him threatening 2 women with a Molotov and intervene. I get off my motorcycle and begin unloading my sniper rifle into him. He tries to escape, but my bike keeps him contained in the store. I run out of ammo and bust through the window before bashing him with the torso. I hit him so hard that I caused an explosion to go off right in his face, ending this battle. He tries to light one last Molotov. However, he trips and learns that sleeping with a sketch chick is not the only thing that makes her dick burn. I leave him with his hostages to their fates as I head back to the security room. All whilst Carlito gets back on the speakers and yells more insane garbage before saying something about a last resort. Brad asks Isabella what Carlito's last resort is, and she tells him he's gonna Islam the whole mall and blow us all to high hell. Brad rushes out to stop him, however I stay behind to settle things with Kent. I wait for a while and find Kent with some random guy tied up. He tells me he is going to record this slug crawling up this guy's ass and sell it to a Chinese Reddit mod. I stomp on the slug with my big toe, enraging Kent and starting our final showdown. This guy's like pathetic as I beat him to death with a mannequin torso in like 5 swings. He dies on the ground and laments the fact I am the ultimate photographer before finally passing. I free Tad and run out to join Brad in our quest to kill Carlito. The convicts at this hour, how convenient. Or at least it would be if Carlito hadn't barricaded the entrance to the tunnels. I grab the turret and leave Tad to die as I rush in to grab the first bomb. I clear out a path for my turret before grabbing the first of 5 bombs scattered across the tunnels. I drive to the next bomb location, however am quickly ambushed by Carlito as he tries to steal my bandage iron. I shoot him with my sniper and force him to drive away. I don't let him get away that easily as I violently ram into his back. I once again use my sniper to shoot him, however run out of ammo and try punching him. However, I quickly realize that fisting is not exactly a great strategy. Luckily, I'm very close to the place I found the key earlier and find 2 sledgehammers I can use to cave Carlito's skull in with. I bash him with the sledgehammer, doing a nice bit of damage. Honestly, I'm fighting the janky ass hitboxing the zombies more than I am him. I'm able to get a couple of swings in on him, and this causes him to cowardly drive away yet again. I am, however, able to catch up to him and land the final blow on him, causing him to crash the van. Brad rushes in after Carlito after he takes off on foot. Where even was Brad during this entire time? I take a white car I found and am able to collect the remaining bombs. When the car finally gives up, I damn near run out of health from the thousands of zombies swarming the tunnels. I'm saved by a shopping cart and I take the shopping cart and put the bombs in before rushing out of the tunnel with seconds to spare. I get a psychic vision of Brad before kicking him into a room with zombies. I snap out of it as I have a more pressing matter of 5 bombs. After they're dealt with, I get a call from Jessie who tells me to get back to the security room so she can thank me for saving everyone. I would go check up with Brad, but I have like 1 block of health left and I don't want to risk it. I make it back there and everyone congratulates me on saving the day once again. I ask Isabella if Carlito has any other tricks for us. She informs me that Carlito has a laptop that he used which may have some clues. I escort Isabella to the hideout, which is right next to the gun shop. Man, this hideout sucks. There ain't even any sleeping bags, only a dingy old carpet to sleep on. What's the purpose of all the monsters? This place has no power and it sure as hell doesn't have any cable. I give this place like a 4 out of 10, and the only reason for that is the fact that it is right next to the gun shop. I notice a device that's hogging up all the Wi-Fi before getting a call from Jessie. Jessie tells me to get over to the security room immediately. I make it back and Jessie shows me Carlito getting dragged by some roly-poly looking butcher. I run to the butcher shop and find a fat-ass Chinese man who has decided to branch out and serve Mexican food, starting with Carlito. I would leave Carlito to his fate, however I need the password to the computer. I hit Larry with the torso. He uses the iconic Wario shoulder bash. However, I dodge with no effort. He then throws an entire cow at me, which does almost my entire health bar, and due to my slow speed, I can't outrun it. This fight would be incredibly easy if it weren't for this singular My only counter to the cow toss is getting behind cover. However, there is barely any, and sometimes the cow just defies loss and clips through it. He throws yet another and kills me. I fight him again, however the result is the same. The cow toss move kills me in 2 minutes, I fight him yet again. This time I hit him only once with the torso, and I'm able to get him in a loop where he does his melee strikes and gives me some great hits on him. He resorts to the Yet again, he uses his horribly designed, overpowered garbage-shooting prick move and hits me again with it. I heal and continue this battle. I am able to synergize my torso strikes and blocking the cows with the other cows. He grapples me and puts me on a hook. I harness my Mario Party skills and move my stick with the power of 1,000 suns. Luckily, Larry gets his head stuck in a cow carcass, and I take this opportunity to get him. Dang! Shots on him torso. He finally has enough and dies on the ground. I get Carlito down from the meat hook and try to get the password from him. However, he has a wah wah baby America bad speech and then dies on the ground. Anyways, I steal his necklace and get a call from Otis that the chick with the skimpy dress wants me for something. I make it there and talk to her. She reveals she has fallen in love with my super epic ultra sick skills.
Time to go to town! Yeah, now we're talking. From behind! No!
Yeah.
After around an hour, I realize I still have Carlito's necklace and head over to Isabella to give it to her. I make it there and give Isabella the necklace.
Here. He wanted you to have this.
While she mourns her terrorist brother who killed thousands of people and planned to infest the entire planet with zombies, I smash the device on the laptop, causing the Wi-Fi to immediately improve. Jessie gives me another call and tells me she is gonna call in the government to hopefully clean up this mess. Like 20 seconds later, Jessie calls me again and informs me that the government is gonna just wipe the incident from memory and liquidate everyone and everything in Willamette. Well, that's alright, we can all just bunker down in the hideout, I guess. I make my way to Jessie and hear gunfire in the security room. I enter and find Jessie, no. Not like this, man. Not like this. I make my way back to Isabella, soaking back tears, and have a psychic vision of the military arriving to clean up the rest of the mall. As I continue back to the hideout, I beat one of the military dudes to death with a torso. I make it back to the hideout and hear more gunfire, wiping out the remaining zombies. I have way too much time now to do stuff. What will I do? Well, I got a few After grieving over losing everyone besides Isabella, I have another psychic vision of the military finishing cleaning up the mall. Isabella tells me she will stay and die for no other reason than being dramatic. I leave her and find every zombie wiped out by the military. It's over. Only thing left to do now is to get on the helicopter and inform the world of what happened here. I arrive at the helipad and wait for my pilot to arrive. I am notified of his arrival as he screams and cheers while flying towards me. My relief is short-lived, however, as a zombie he kept tied up in the shop before his own personal use breaks free and begins eating him, and not the way he hoped. I hear the explosion as he crashes and know it really is all over. I fall to my knees and accept my fate as zombies shamble towards me. I wake in the hideout and find Isabella looking grimly at me. She informed me that I was infected. I frankly have no clue as to how I got infected. Whilst having a crisis over my impending doom, Isabella clues me in on a way I can not only delay the infection, but also fix my TP. She needs supplies though, and can you guess who needs to get those supplies? Alright, I got 24 hours to get the groceries, get back to Isabella, give her 10 queens, and get more time to live. I rush out and find a drone with a turret that will annoy me with puny gunfire and play a migraine-inducing sound if it spots me. I rush over to the grocery store for some more drugs and immediately almost die from getting shot at. I'm able to avoid the guards and make it to the grocery store. I gun down the dudes with the machine gun I grabbed and grab the drugs I need. On to Wonderland Plaza, where I grab a magnifying glass and gun down 2 more of the dudes. Next stop, Entrance Plaza, where I take a camp stove from the camp stove store and procure a perfume bottle from the perfume bottle store. I rush to the security room for the final time, remembering what I have lost while pocketing some coffee filters before taking a nap to sob some more over my loss. Heading out, I find some developing solution from the developing solution store and a blender from the sacred orange juice shrine. Alrighty, Isabella, I got your shit now. When can I be cured? It dawns on me that even if this does work, I still won't be cured completely. Great, so I'm basically a time bomb now. Saying time bomb jogs Isabella's memory as she reveals Carlito had 50 orphans infected and injected them with the vaccine. If we don't get out soon and warn everyone of this, then it's only a matter of time before the entire country is infected. The power is just as shocked from this revelation shits itself, forcing me to get a generator. I rush over to the clock tower and find the wreckage of the shopper and a hole with zombies pouring out of it. I think I know how me and Isabella are gonna escape if we can get this vaccine working. I swipe the generator and hear another shopper overhead. Putting the guns in my inventory to good use, I shoot the helicopter for what feels like an hour. When it erupts into flames and flies away, I know I am victorious. I throw the generator at Isabella and she tells me to acquire 10 queens to be blended. This is already an extremely tedious task in a regular run, turned into a damn near unbearable one due to me only having 4 inventory slots to work with. After 20 minutes in real time of me going out, hoping a queen spawns, and getting it before giving it to Isabella, she finally makes my temporary cure. I get a needle in my arm and more time to live. Isabella tells me she has learned to simulate a fraction of the smell from a Discord moderator, and even zombies will be repulsed by it. I guide her to where the zombies are flooding out from the clock tower, and we are now in the home stretch, baby. I clear a path for Isabella using my shotgun and force her to enter a gate to open another gate. She opens the gate and we make our way through the tunnels. Queens are a godsend in the tunnels and make this task way easier. We continue and I force Isabella into another gate so she can open another one. When we make it through, we find a way out. Let's fucking go! After reality collapsed, I am sent back to the beginning. Why? Alright, I do everything the same as last time, however died after leaving Isabella behind once. Next run, I do literally everything the same but allow Isabella to actually catch up, and make damn sure I save before the world crumbles again. I haul Isabella and throw into the turret and drive like a bat out of hell. We're finally home. Is that a fucking tank? This might genuinely be the worst fight in the entire franchise. It's extremely boring and you just keep your cursor on the tank while shooting. After beating the shitty boss, the pilot remembers he is in a tank and rams us. I try to walk away, but this bald bitch catches me and begins monologuing whilst eating a Tootsie Roll or something. The tank's attention is taken off me by the massive crowd of zombies, allowing me a window of opportunity to jump up and deck this dude in the face. This begins the final battle, the thing everything has been leading up to.
Eat this!
The bald dude is finally defeated when I kick him into the horde of zombies. Isabella calls to me, only to get no answer. Everything I had been through passes through my mind. All the people I'd lost. All the psychos I'd faced.